These are my top 3 tips for transferring assets at death. Who am I, by the way? I'm Christopher Smalley on CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. If you have estate planning or probate needs, you want to talk with us over the phone for free, cmslawfirm.com is the way to do that. Top 3 tips for transferring assets at death. The number one thing that most people are concerned about when it comes to transferring assets is going to be avoiding probate. What is probate? Probate at a super high level is the process of transferring your assets to someone else. It's literally as simple as that. The process, however, can be a little bit more complex. It runs through the court, so it is a court initiated, a court-run process. So usually you have to get an attorney involved. You have to file paperwork with the court. The court is going to issue letters. You have to follow very specific rules and procedures and timelines when it comes to this probate. And most people want to just avoid that if they can. Probate takes about a year to do from start to finish. Again, people just would rather avoid that if they can. And the good news is avoiding probate is actually quite easy. On number 1 and number 2 on this list, top 3 tips for transferring your assets at death is going to be sort of probate avoidance tools. The first one, and the easiest one, the one that pretty much anyone can employ if they want, is making sure that you take advantage of all of the beneficiary designation opportunities that are out there. Mostly, this is going to be related to financial accounts, to retirement accounts, to checking and savings accounts, to life insurance policies, to pensions sometimes, to annuities sometimes. But essentially any financial instrument, bonds, CDs, all of these things typically are going to have some beneficiary designation tool where you can say, when I die, I want this thing to go to whoever you name. And the thing is, when you die, that happens automatically without the need for probate. If you have beneficiary designation on your investment account, when you die, the person who is designated as the beneficiary will just take the death certificate to that financial institution, and they will literally transfer those assets to that person just like that. No probate, no oversight, no time spent. Super simple. When it comes to real estate, in Washington state at least, and many other states have adopted these rules as well, you can do a beneficiary designation on your real estate as well with something called a transfer on death deed. Okay, this is a recorded instrument. It is a real estate instrument, so you want to make sure that you're doing it right. You know, it's worth it probably to hire an attorney to do this. Cost you a couple $100 probably. But when you die, same thing. That property will transfer to the person that you've named automatically. No probate, no muss, no fuss. The death certificate gets recorded. The property transfer happens. That is it. So that's tip number 1. Utilize beneficiary designations. Now, if you have an LLC, if you have property in states where you cannot do transfer on death designations, or I'm going to tell you the solution here, or if you're creating the solution for other reasons, then a trust is also a great way to transfer assets after death without probate easily. You're going to create this trust. This trust is like a box. You create this box and it can hold whatever you want. When you die, the box remains. You name someone else to step in and be in charge of everything that's in the box and then distribute it the way that you want. That's how you avoid probate. For LLCs, you cannot do beneficiary designations on LLCs, but you can put an LLC into a trust. The trust is the owner of the LLC. When you are gone, the trust remains the owner, so there's no need for probate to transfer that interest. And then somebody can step in and be the trustee, and then they can transfer that interest from the trust to wherever you want it to go, again, without probate. Okay, excuse me. I'm getting over a cold, and so I'm a little coffee. But nevertheless, number 1, to recap, beneficiary designations. Number 2 is a trust. If you have property in multiple states, it's often simpler and cleaner to have everything just in the trust. You don't have to go from jurisdiction to jurisdiction, from state to state, recording death certificates, making sure it all goes to the same place. It can all be in one sort of central location in this trust and then go out wherever it's supposed to go. Okay, number 3. The third tip for transferring assets at death revolves around the distribution schedule. Not everybody wants to give away all of their stuff all at once. They want to do it over time. I have kids, for example, 5 kids, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8. If I die right now, I don't want them all to get anything outright. They're not going to spend it wisely. They're going to spend it on Sour Patch Kids and Dave & Buster's. They're going to go ham on some ice cream. And I don't want them to do that. So we're going to use a trust. It's the same vehicle, but it does 2 different things. That's why it's number 3. For the trust, you can do distributions over time. You can have someone in charge of those distributions so they can exercise discretion so that the funds get used for good, kind of not for evil. And it's clean, simple, and it's effective. Okay, so that would be the third tip for transferring assets at death. We've got probate avoidance. We've got management and control. It's sort of oversight over distributions after you're gone. What else do you want? Those are our tips for the day. Hopefully that helped. If it did, that's great. Like, comment, follow. If you have questions about this stuff, let me know. And that's it. I'm Christopher Small. I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning. We do probate. We do it well. CMSLawFirm.com if you want to work with us and check us out. And otherwise, thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. Appreciate you. And I'll talk to you again soon. See ya.